everyone. Today I am so honored to be speaking with author Michelle Griep. And her newest book that we're going to be talking about today is a Christmas book. And she has it and she's going to hold it up for us. She has the hardcover, 12 Days at Bleakley Manor. This was such a fun book, Michelle.
Thank you. It was fun to write.
Yeah, I think that Christmas books should be fun. So,
Absolutely. Yes.
So it definitely fell under that category. But the thing that was so intriguing to me, first of all, I love English books too. I'm just like you. Anything set it in England and it becomes, 100 times more fascinating for some reason.
If I could live anywhere in the world, it would definitely be England. I'd move in a flash.
Well, you know what? Unlike you, I have never been to England.
Oh, you got to go. You just got to go.
And
that's all there is.
English. I think it should go.
You should. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
But it's just somewhere I never got to. And then I saw on your website that you said you go all the time. And I was like, I really, really, especially, right now we're so into England because of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And, we're hearing England, fun English things all the time. And I always love that. I always love the royal stuff.
I know. I'm going to be back there next May. So maybe I can have a little chat with them. I doubt it, but one can hope. Just for another research trip, so I'm gonna be there all during May.
You know what? When are they're getting married in June?
They are. So I think I'll miss the wedding.
You'll miss the wedding, but you might get to see stuff.
I know. I'm excited for that. I'm gonna try and see stuff. I'll make it a point to see stuff. It might cause an international scandal, but it's worth it.
Well, you could be like, but I'm American and she's American, so
There you go. Yeah, good. I'll try it. I'll try that angle.
Well, what I loved about it now, so I've been reading some Christmas books, okay? But yours is like, first it's different because it's set in the 1850 to 51 over Christmas into the New Year, and it is in England. So I have not read a Christmas book like that yet. So yours is the first. And then on top of that, it's like this mystery.
Yeah.
Which, put a little Christmas stuff and then some mystery together. I mean,
I love Dickens and I love Agatha Christie, and I thought, why not combine them? So that's how I ended up with Bleakley Manor.
Yeah,
we can do them both.
Well, okay, we do not do spoilers, so this is going to be a little bit interesting to talk about because it is a mystery book. So it's a little bit, it's like I want people to experience the mystery like I did because it's. You know what I was thinking? It's like it reminded me of Clue.
A lot of people have said that, and I hate to admit this, I've never seen the movie, so I think I have to now.
It's just, and I don't know that I've seen parts of the movie, but I was just thinking about first of all, how it's set up in, these different room names.
Yeah.
And then these different people that are brought together.
Right.
That don't know each other per se,
right.
Except for our two main characters, Clara and Ben. But they don't know why they're there.
Exactly.
They are going there because they've gotten a letter. And how many? I was like trying to count. Actually, I wanted to know this before I talked to you, but you can tell me. Is like how many people were there total outside of the 3 guys that show up at the end? Was there 5
that were invited to the manor?
Yes.
We have Miss Scurry, Mr. Minnow, Mr. Tallgrass, and Madame Pretente, and Mr. Pocket. So we've got 5. Besides Clara and Ben.
Okay. That's why I was missing one of those characters. But as I was reading, I was trying to keep track of how many characters were there. So, okay.
That was a little tricky to juggle, yes.
And I love their names. I mean, and that's another thing that's about Clue. Is like their names are like are words that mean stuff.
Right, and that's totally a ripoff from Dickens, from his Bleak House novel, which because great artists copy, but the best artists steal. So that's what I totally did.
Well, I mean, it's a love story and it's a mystery, and so it takes place over the 12 days of Christmas,
right? Yeah.
But as every day, so you're breaking up chapters, and then within the chapters is the day. And as the days start going, that's when the tension starts building.
Right.
I
don't think I'd want to visit Bleakley Manor personally. It was fun for my characters to be there.
Right, but I love that whole concept of the tension, as because that's hard to do. And that's, That's
Yeah.
right. To keep everybody's interest throughout the whole, it's like, oh my gosh, it's another day. Okay, so who's going to be there? Who's not going to be there? Who's going to win this thing?
Yeah, kind of like Survivor a little bit.
Yeah, and then so Clue and Survivor.
There you go. Yeah, but then I also work in a little bit of humor just to lighten things up a bit.
Humor and love and all that good stuff. So anyway, I picked out some of my favorite quotes.
Oh, awesome.
Because I do that. I started doing it more and more. Actually, I used to just write them down, but I've started to share them with the authors because one author was like, "Oh, that's so awesome." So I was like, "Yeah, why not? Why not tell you your favorite quote? My favorite quote."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious.
All right. One does not question an opportunity, my dear. One simply mounts it and rides.
I was speaking that to myself as I wrote it. Yeah, sometimes as a writer, opportunities come up, and then you're scared to take them because, oh my goodness, can you do it? And you just got to go for it. You got to take a risk.
I love that. And then my second favorite one was towards the end, but it's not a giveaway. And Clara's aunt says this: "Worrying doesn't stop the bad from happening. It keeps you from enjoying the good."
Isn't that so true? Isn't that so true?
I am a worrier. I mean,
are you?
I am. I have 6 children. I have 7 grandchildren. I can think any given day I can pick one. Just pick one.
Right. Yes, I know. But the worrying doesn't help, does it?
It really doesn't. It really doesn't. And especially I mean, you have 4 children, and what I thought was really funny on your website. Everybody has to go to her website. I will have the link down. But you have first of all, you're one of the last bloggers left in the world that keep it up. Everybody says blogger, and you go on it, and they haven't written anything since like 2006. But
I stick with it, doggone it. Glutton for punishment. So yeah, I post 3 times a week.
And you said, I have 2 daughters and 2 sons, right? And you said, boys are easier. Well, it's interesting because my children go 2 boys, 2 girls, 2 boys, right? And I tell people all the time, there was a reason that God gave me 2 girls and 4 boys, because the opposite may have driven me, right?
I know. If I would have had my girls first, I probably would have quit. Yeah. And they are drama queens. And in fact, my youngest is in school for drama. So there you go.
There you go. Yeah. I know. I used to think that my oldest daughter, well, she was a drama queen. But then my youngest daughter hit her teen years. And I was like, oh
boy. Not going to lie. I'm kind of glad those teenage years are behind us now.
Absolutely. And my oldest daughter, who's doing this and will be watching this, she's my social media lady. She told me this story about she has 2 little boys, and the oldest of her boys goes to a Christian daycare.
Okay.
And she was, dropping him off, and he always just runs away. And she was like, "I love you, Cam." And he turned around and went, "I don't love you," in front. And then everybody turned around.
Oh, yeah. Kid, what can you do? You can't kill him. It's a felony, right? So you just gotta love him.
And I just laughed, and she was like, "It's not fair that you're laughing." I'm like, "Oh, it kind of is, actually, if you want to,
Payback. I know.
So you do see that it comes, and it's fun to watch, and I'm happy I'm here, to watch her. But we have something else in common, is that we are both homeschooling parents.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, I homeschooled all 4 of my kids, and in fact, I still teach at a homeschool co-op. So I'm teaching high school.
Yeah, I love that concept because I've heard of it. I'm in Pennsylvania, and we did not have that. We tried to make it happen at one point when I was homeschooling, like 5 of them at the same time, and I had friends that were doing the same thing. We tried to, say, okay, you do English, and I'll take them over to you, just for something different. And it just it didn't stick. It was hard. Then they started getting schedules and sports, and they started coming in, But I have... My last son I'm homeschooling him. He's 14. And, okay, so that's number 6, right? Oh. And it's so much more interesting now because he's like, I'm so much more laid back. He's like, I only want to do one thing in math today. Okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah, I know. Don't care. Don't care. See your graduation.
Well, you get perspective when you see the others graduate and then move on with their, and now they're in their 20s, and you see how the stuff you're stressed about their whole time schooling and
matter. Yeah.
And I don't know how you guys have it, but at the end of the year, we have where we have to go to a teacher and explain what we did all year.
Oh, we didn't have to do that. We had complete freedom.
Lucky lucky
We
you.
didn't report it to anybody.
Well, my woman, I have to tell you, she's awesome anyway. She has 12 children, and 11 of them are girls.
Whoa. Okay. She needs some combat pay.
So
yeah.
She's amazing because nobody else but somebody amazing could do it. But when I try to explain to her my year, I'll be like, but then this happened and then this. She's like, it's okay, Michelle. It's okay.
She understands. Yeah.
Stuff happens. It'll be fine. You know, when you think the world's falling apart. You know? But that's interesting. So Minnesota has more freedom in there. You know, Pennsylvania's getting there. We are getting there.
Well, you know what? We lobbied hard for this. So way back, you know, in the dinosaur days, when I first started homeschooling, it was not that lenient. And so us homeschoolers banded together and lobbied for a lot of freedoms, and we got it. So it makes it easier today.
Yeah, and I give credit to all the people that have paved the way for even the way that I have it compared to people before me that, you know, that give us as parents the right to homeschool. And, you know, because there was a time when that was way more difficult than now, you know.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. Yeah, today and so many resources today compared to when
I know, when we were just ordering books and trying to get...
It's overwhelming, as a matter of fact.
Everything I do for him now is like online. It's crazy. But anyway, I thought that was really cool because I don't talk to very many homeschooling people. And the fact that you have written so many books as a homeschooling mom, I mean, I am just in awe of you. Are very inspirational to me because
that's how I got into writing, honestly, was because I was with my kids 24/7 and they were making me insane. I needed a break. And so my husband said, you know what? One night a week, you need to just go away. And so I said, yes, I would love that. So one night a week, it used to be Thursday night, I'd run away from home and go to the library. And I started out just reading because who doesn't love to read, right? And so, but I was reading and it was great. And then pride got in the way and I thought, I bet I could write a book. How hard can it be? And that's when I always get into trouble because writing a book is really, really hard. But in that first manuscript, nobody will ever see it. It's that bad. But I learned a lot and I loved the process. So I stuck with it. And then my second manuscript took me 2 years to write because I was only writing it one night a week. But I sold it and that was my first book. So it's perseverance, really. That's all that writing is perseverance.
Yeah, but you don't just write like one book a year. Yeah, I went through your books, and you're writing like at least two a year.
This year was kind of crazy. This past year, I wrote 3, and I don't recommend that. So I'm going to slow down a little bit because I had to write every day this year. And I'm still writing every day, and I'm hoping to be done by Christmas, and then I can take a break finally. So yeah.
What year did you publish that first book?
2008. Okay. So 9 years ago.
Right. But then it kind of picked up speed when I was going through, because usually I write them down, but you had too many. I ran out of room.
I don't even remember them.
But I did notice, like, I went back and looked at the dates of them, and I was like, okay, so from about 2014 to 15, it kind of picked up speed. That's when you started writing crazy amount of books, and I was just like, wow, that is insane. She has all these kids, and she can write, and, you know.
I am insane. That's certifiable. And yeah, it was when from Brentwood's Ward came out, I think that was 2015. It just skyrocketed from there. So yeah, I don't know what lit the fuse, but something did. And so yeah, it's been a little crazy going nuts. But you know, that's great for readers because then they have more books to read, right?
Right. And well, you can tell you have such a natural talent for it because you do your storyline. Do you outline? Like, did you outline this story, or did you know where it was going?
Okay, I do outline my stories. I do have I write a synopsis usually at the beginning, but this happens almost every single time I write a book. I'm working along that synopsis. I'm writing the story, but by the time I get towards the end, I'm bored with it, and I completely change the ending to something I never even thought of before. So I change horses midstream, which I don't know that I'd recommend that either. I tend to do things, you know, the hard way, but it makes it more fun for me.
Right. And that's that's what's important. And you know what? I love a happy ending. I'm a sucker for a happy ending. Life is too hard to not have happy endings. Okay. But it's always, to me, is the journey to the happy ending.
Right.
Okay. So what I felt like you did for me is you got to take me on that ride of, okay, I was pretty sure it was going to be happy, but I didn't know how it was going to get to happy.
Right. And that's how life is, right? Because
yes.
bad things happen in our lives. They do. And so it would be unrealistic to not have bad things happen in fiction stories, but we want a happy ending. We crave for a happy ending.
Yes.
And Jesus provides our happy ending, so why not have a happy ending to every story?
Absolutely. I so agree. Like, I'm not, if I don't get a happy ending, I'm like, I went through all that. I don't want to go through all that to not have a happy ending. I need to have a happy ending. Yeah. So I was really, really happy about, that it was, but I love the way you developed it as the story went. I love the love story, the way we found out little bits and pieces as it went along, Yeah,
I don't want to bombard you over the head up front, No, nobody.
Yeah, I mean, that takes talent too, to be able to know when to give certain information and to sneak it in there.
Yeah.
Like,
I think of it as like meeting a friend. Like when you're meeting a new person, you don't want to like smother them with your whole backstory, right? Yeah. You want to dole it out in little pieces so they don't run away from you. And so I like to do it with my writing also when you're meeting characters.
Right. I'm looking at your sign in the back. Be you, not them.
That's right. Doggone it, be you.
I love that.
Because you'll never be them.
Right.
And that's, comparing yourself to others, that's just a depressing downer.
It's a bad road.
Yeah, it is. So that's my reminder. Don't do that.
Right. And as a writer, I mean, I'm sure that's hard too, because you have to constantly be you when you're writing. Don't look at people, you see, I'm sure, because I know how I am. It's like you look at people that are like number one all the time. You're like, okay, I should just write like them. And then I can do that too, Exactly. But they did that by being them, by being themselves. Exactly.
Yes.
And nobody wants
That's my reminder.
That's your reminder right there. Actually, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So coming up, all right, I saw 2 books are coming up this spring. Is that correct?
Yep, 2 this spring and 1 next fall. So yes, the next book coming up is The Innkeeper's Daughter, which is the sequel to Brentwood's Ward, which is about the Bow Street Runners, which was the first fledgling police force in London. So it takes place in the Regency period, early 1800s. And this one's about an officer who ends up going to Dover to break up this, somebody's, being a traitor to the crown and selling stuff to Napoleon. And I don't get too much into the Napoleon intrigue kind of stuff because politics, not my, kind of boring. So it's more about the relationships and such. And then in June, I have The Captured Bride, which is part of the Mayflower Bride series. And My Bride is one that it takes place during the French and Indian War. So there's a lot of intrigue in that one. They're going cross country to get this shipment of gold into British hands instead of French, but lots of trouble comes along their way. So those are the 2 I have this spring. And of course, next fall is the next Christmas book, the second in the Once Upon a Dickens series.
And it's A Tale of Two Hearts?
A Tale of Two Hearts, yes. And I'm writing it right now, so I got to get that done.
Oh, you got to get that. Awesome. Well, what I loved about, and I don't think this is a spoiler, but it just came to me, is that the message behind these people, and they were brought together to learn something. And I loved that concept, that I don't know if all of them learned exactly what they thought they were going to learn, but some of them did. Some of them learned what they recognized the message that they had to learn for their own lives, and even Clara and Ben, found that out too. So I love that your message is so uplifting, which is why I picked out those quotes too, because we need that, and we learn through these novels. Not only is it historically fiction, it's a hopeful book about a journey of people,
It's a message. And my next book, A Tale of Two Hearts, while it will have different characters in it and a different story, it's going to be the same theme of second chance. So God gives us a second chance. And so that's what Christmas is all about. That's why Jesus came, is to give us a second chance as mankind. Yes. So that definitely keep that theme going in the next one.
Well, you must just be thrilled by how well this book is doing, because I went on Amazon and people are loving this book. I mean,
I'm humbled. I'm a little frightened. It's the awe, and it's Yeah, I'm glad that people are loving it because, like I say, I loved writing it. It was really fun to write. So
Yeah.
I'm glad people.
Yeah, and even though I found you on Amazon because you were under, lists of Christmas books, I didn't look at any. I never look at reviews because I don't like reviews. I want my own opinion, so I don't do that. But you came up, so I was like, okay, well, she came right. I mean, that's another thing that you should be so happy about is that you come right up if somebody types in Christmas novels.
Awesome. I am glad. Yeah. I didn't know.
I haven't done. Right, and then today when I was, before this interview, I went back and was reading some of them, and I love when I agree with them. And and I was like, yeah, I know, right? I want to say,
like a little fellowship of readers.
Yeah, because I was like, they got it, and that's so awesome. I'm really happy that it wasn't just me; like everybody's loving this book. And I'm gonna put all of your links down there so people can find you and people can find this book.
Please do.
Yeah, and our week of Christmas, if you haven't gone and gotten Christmas presents yet, people love to get books. People want to read about Christmas, and that's how I'm doing it.
Book in a basket with a candle and some chocolate, and there you go. You're done with your Christmas shopping.
And I love that you love chocolate, and maybe it's just because we're Michelle's, but we love chocolate more than just about anything.
I know. I favor dark chocolate, but I'll never turn down milk chocolate ever. I'll eat it all.
I do favor dark chocolate. One time I was at the grocery store and I was buying like a whole bunch, and this woman was like, is this for you? And I'm like, you know what? It keeps everybody in my life happy if I eat chocolate.
Yep, survival. Survival.
Then everybody else gets happy. So, me eating chocolate is an important part of everybody in my family's life.
It is. I agree. I totally agree.
Well, it was so nice meeting you, Michelle, and thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
Hey, thanks for having me here.
Can you show everybody your cover again? Because it's beautiful. And you should show it off.
There you go. Can you see that?
Yes, absolutely. Did you get to pick that?
I did not. Usually
I did a great job for you.
Don't get to pick their covers, but the next one, see how it's kind of red here and such? The next one's going to be all green. So they'll stick with the title and a picture, but then it'll be green. And then the third one will be blue. So
I love when books in a series all have covers that are the same but different.
Yeah. Oh, and another awesome thing, I don't know if you noticed, but the edges of the paper, because you have a Kindle. Okay, that's right. That if you buy a hardcover, I don't know if you can see this, but the edges, they're called decal edges, and they look like they're all torn.
I love that.
And then inside they have this lovely little flappy doodle thingy. So, yeah.
You know what? It's all those little touches to a book that makes me want to buy the book.
And, yeah, that's why this is such a great gifty kind of thing. It looks like a gift.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. You have a great day. Like I said, all of Michelle's links will be there. You can find her everywhere. And we'll talk soon. I'd love to talk about any one of your other books. So let's just keep in touch.
How about that?
Absolutely. Have a great holiday.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.